Give me a couple minutes. No, hold on. I know.
No.
Why are you so needy? Hmm? Huh? Sit. Oh boy. Good morning. Welcome back. Another day here in the gym. We are back from a bit of holiday travel, which was a lot. It was very busy. It was very, very, very tiring and exhausting. But we got back yesterday in the evening and had a bit of a chill evening. I was really hoping to get back maybe a little bit earlier and have some energy for a workout, but that just didn't pan out at all, unfortunately. You know, we had to take care of dinner, and then we needed a couple of groceries as well. And now, by the time we got back, it was just we were both just absolutely exhausted. Barely had enough energy to feed ourselves, honestly. So back at it this morning, nice and bright and early. Still got a nice week off ahead of us, which is going to be great. And we are starting off the week strong with a good pull day. We're going to be making some changes this week. I've talked about it for the last couple weeks. I really wasn't enjoying the cross-body pull-downs, lat pull-downs that I was doing. I love single-arm lat movements, but that one in particular just wasn't doing it for me. So this week we're going to change it up. We're not going to be doing them cross-body. We're going to essentially be doing them in front of us and doing a pull-down with the single-arm attachment. And we'll see how that treats us. I think it'll be better. It'll be better for lat activation, and we're going to get a bit more out of it. Other than that, not much more to do, but to do it. We got to start kicking butt. We had 2 days off where we were not able to track our diet. We tried to stick to it as best as we could, but it really wasn't all that possible, even with the prepared meals. Let me rephrase that. It was very possible. We had prepared meals. We had prepared food for ourselves to eat, and we still ate those. But we also weren't going to just, suffer needlessly and not have some of the nice things around the holidays with our family. So we had our meals. We had some diet. We had a diet break, essentially. We stuck to getting a bare minimum our protein needs by having those prepared meals and breakfasts. But we certainly indulged ourselves a little bit here. So we got some work to do. Let's kick it back off. Nothing but forward here. We're going first right into those lat pull downs. And I'll see you there in just a second. You good? You want to go outside? Is it colder out there? You want to go outside? Let's go. Oh, man, it feels good to be back in the gym. It's only been 2 days technically since I worked out, but not being able to have that routine that you're so used to and accustomed to really can throw things off for you. It was good to travel back and see family for a bit. Always good to interact with everybody, see all my nieces and nephews, have our son now play with them and interact with our family. It's always good stuff. But there's something about the comforts of home too, not showering and getting ready in parents' homes, friends' homes, siblings' homes, having to be running around trying to figure out what you're going to eat. But I would tell you this, on that note, we've been traveling back there for 10 years now, and it was the first time that we've really ever, at least that we can recall, fully prepared meals to bring with us. And even though it was a holiday weekend, and I did it because of the cut and wanted to maintain that, my wife and I both agree that it is definitely something we're going to be doing in the future because unfortunately where I grew up, it's the middle of nowhere, and there's just not a lot of healthy options as far as food goes unless we go and buy groceries, which we could do, but normally that's an extra burden just from a having to transport the meals around standpoint. So this time we brought one of our, smaller coolers, able to pack a weekend's worth of meals, no problem. And it was so nice to have some healthy options that weren't just fast food and grease. Okay, set number 2. These are feeling a lot better, by the way, than those crossbody ones. I hate that we waited so long to make the change, but I'm glad we did it. Now on these pull downs, I feel like I'm able to get a much better stretch, when I'm fully extended here, and the pull and the squeeze on the way in just feels so much tighter. So right now, we are sitting at 75 pounds on the pulley system. I'm gonna bump that up to 85 on this last set. 75, I'm able to get a really good everything, but I wanna get it a little closer to failure here. We had a good 2 days off here, plenty of time to recover. I think we should be able to hit this week strong here. So I'm gonna bump it up to 85 on this last set, and the goal is gonna be to, do some really nice full reps. And as soon as I can't do that, my form starts to suffer, ROM starts to suffer, I'm gonna try to be mindful of that and switch over to doing some long length partials and focusing on those long length partials instead. So that's the goal for the next set here. Up the weight a bit, quite a bit, 10 pounds. And then really, really, really hammer these home here to the point that I've got to switch over to long length partials on each arm. Now you may have noticed I'm using both of the dual articulating handles here. I love these things for pull downs. I don't care if they have to both dangle there. It's really not that big of an inconvenience at all. They're certainly my favorite pulling accessory. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Okay. Man, it feels good to get back on the proverbial horse. I'm talking like it's been like a week or a month. It's only been 2 days, like I said, but it feels good to be doing work that's getting us in the right direction and not necessarily the opposite direction. We didn't make a huge step back. I shouldn't be so hard on myself. We only gained 2 pounds over the course of the weekend, which is almost certainly entirely water weight at this point. We didn't eat much of the food, quantity-wise at least, that was there for the weekend. Like I said, we stuck to our meals, but the foods we were eating, they certainly contained more salts and fats than we were eating without them. And that's going to be water weight that should shed off fairly quickly here. I've mentioned before, I don't cook most of my meals with salt. I do use salt in foods and meals that I create, but especially on my cut, I am very mindful of how much salt I'm eating. I'm mindful of it, period, across the board. But on a cut especially, I really try to avoid it entirely. Whereas off a cut, I'll cook with it, I'll add it to dishes, but I'm doing so sparingly, not with a heavy hand by any stretch. So it's not a huge adjustment to get rid of the rest of the salt that would be in my diet. I'm still getting my dietary minimums and the things I need, but I'm not adding heaps of salt or even teaspoons of salt, tablespoons of salt to the dishes that I'm creating. A sprinkle here or there will go a really long way, and it helps with shedding that water weight. So I'm excited to see those numbers start to trend back down. They surely will this week, even if today they trended up slightly. But it'll be just a blip in this timeline to get ripped from Mexico. All right, we got one more set of these. Let's do it. All right. All right, we're getting these dumbbells set up here to do some chest supported rows. I had been doing more weight the last couple weeks, but I wasn't overall pleased with, I guess, my overall ROM and how well it was and wasn't working from that perspective. So we're taking it down slightly this week by, I think, 10 or 15 total pounds. These are going to be 80-pound dumbbells. And I really just want to focus on getting that elbow as high as possible in the overall movement. And if I can get a good ROM on these, I think the overall effort required should be better, harder, and just simply the correct way, or the way that I want to aim to be doing these at the moment. Whoops. It'd help if I did the dumbbell the right way. All right, let's let's do some work. Oh yeah, those definitely feel better at this weight. Like immediately, you can tell. It's really easy, I think, sometimes to get focused in on just loading up the weight. Like, oh, I did those well. I did those good this week, or even this set. I'm going to increase the weight. But sometimes when we make those increases, like I had with these previously, the weight is just not workable either for all the sets, part of the set that you're doing. And so we've got to make those adjustments. What I had written in my notebook last time was that, and you can kind of see it in the progression that I did on those. I started out at 95, I believe. And the first set, I think I did, you know, the right amount of reps, but immediately on the next set, I took it down to 90. And I think I only managed to do, you know, 80% of the reps, whatever. I don't remember exactly how many I did. But you can see in that progression that I was trying to get, you know, the squeeze and the pull that I wanted. I'm assuming, of course, but I'm assuming I was getting the squeeze or aiming to get the squeeze and pull I wanted. And by trying to do that, I just wasn't able to get the weight moving with the full range of motion that I wanted to. So we had to make adjustments. We got to take it down a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It felt pretty darn good, honestly. It felt really good, that squeeze there. So we're definitely going to keep it here. And this time I'm really going to be focusing on the squeeze at the top. All right, I grabbed my wraps for this last set here. I really want to focus in on the lift itself. My grip wasn't suffering by any stretch. I would even go so far as to say it wasn't even a thought necessarily. But just on this last set, I just want to try with these on, see if I can really put all of my mind-muscle connection and concentration towards that mind-muscle connection, that ROM, the lift we're about to do. Last set here, let's get some really good reps in here. Good long length partials if we need them. I'm certainly not going to be letting go of the weight at the bottom here. We're going to be keeping some kind of traction going there at all times. Okay. Maybe you noticed there at the end I had to switch completely to long length partials. This got hard. That's good. The lats are feeling it, man. Back is feeling it. Okay, we're gonna put these dumbbells away. We're gonna be moving over to some pullovers. And rather than the bar this week, yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm gonna use a rope, I think. I'm gonna try these pullovers with a rope. So let's do that. All right, well, the cable didn't work out, so it is what it is. Wasted a little bit of time trying to get that to work out. Fortunately, the rope I have is not long enough. I get wide enough, I think, to kind of get around me. So I tried rigging up the lat pull down, the back accessories here, and this just isn't tall enough for that. So back to good old twisty, curvy bar McGee over here. Oh well, no big deal. Let's get after it. Let's get some reps in here. So I typically do these on the wide grips here, but today, I don't know, I decided to change it up. I went with the narrow grip, and I kind of like it. I don't know. Let me know what you think if you've ever done these a bit more narrow. I kind of like how that felt. I'm definitely gonna stick with it for the next set. I'm gonna write that one down. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe maybe it's in my head, but I am feeling that way more than when I had been going wide. That's fantastic. Oh man, those were definitely not the prettiest reps, but man, moving into that narrow grip has just like, whew, taken that to a whole nother level. All right, I love that. That's fantastic, man. My lats are feeling it. All right, we're gonna get this out of the way. This Headbanger 3000 right here, and we've got some hammer curls set up, and we're ready to go. So let's do that. Alrighty, got some preacher curls here. Got a nice 35 pounds queued up, and I put them up on the pro handles this time, so that with the Bowflex, it's so long. I mean, it would literally probably be like this long if I was using those compared to this guy. So my hope though is that I can get a little bit deeper with these, longer with them, but we'll see what happens. 35 pounds, let's get after it. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, that's feeling, I like that at the bottom there. I'm not like, I found with the Bowflex ones, what I would end up doing is I would almost cautiously come into this extended position so that I wasn't bumping into this. But with that, I've got plenty of room to come down. So my mind isn't focusing on hitting something, bumping something. It's just focusing purely on that movement. Really liking that already. It's amazing how heavy this little 35-pound weight is. So number 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. You know, in the holidays, it can almost be tougher to maintain some semblance of consistency with these workouts. And I find that the more consistent we can be with it, the more we can force ourselves through these difficult times to get out and do that thing that we need to do to keep ourselves stable. Obviously for me, it's working out. That's why you're here, watching me do this. But for you, it might be something else. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's collecting. Maybe it's stamps, scrapbooking, painting, reading. Whatever that thing is, it's so important for us to do those things that keep us centered, that keep us sane, that keep us at peace with everything going on around us. Even not being able to work out for 2 days, I felt like I was going to go insane at times. Don't get me wrong, it was a really good time visiting family, spending time with everybody. But not working out for 2 days, I felt like I could like crawl out of my skin at any moment sometimes. I really wanted to get that itch out of the way, but I couldn't. I couldn't work out. I didn't have a way to do that. Didn't have a place to go. Wasn't a gym around that I could have visited, at least within a reasonable distance. I didn't even have like my training shoes to take my dogs on, make a bit of a quicker paced walk. I stupidly only packed boots, which would have been fine probably, honestly, but now they probably wouldn't have been great for any kind of activity like that. Not these kind of boots, at least. These aren't like hiking boots or even anything like that. Hiking boots would have been fine, but it's so important to have that consistency. And for some of you, I think you know what I'm talking about, how important that is to get that thing in for you every day to stay centered. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you just haven't found it yet. Maybe you're just a little more level-headed than I am. But man, getting in these workouts save me. I mean, literally, they save me sometimes. All right, one more set. Let's crush it. Oh, Santa's got to bring those toys in today. Oh, wow. That was perfect, man. That was a perfect RPE 10 right there. Maybe even 11. Jeez. Alrighty. Okay. We got some face pulls to do. And that's going to be it for today. So let's go get set up for those. Alright, we upped the weight on this one a bit. I was a little too late. I had it at 80. Now we've got it at 100. Oh, so good. Huh. All right, last one here. That felt really good. Goodness. Rear delts are on, baby. Yeah. Alright, I lied. That wasn't the last thing. I'm going to do abs as well. Some abs. I'm going to do some decline sit-ups here. Wrap up this workout. It's Christmas Day. I hope you have a great day if that's what you celebrate. I hope you have a great holiday season no matter what. It's a interesting time in the world right now. It's been an interesting couple of years, but I have a feeling that this next year is going to be great. I think it's going to be great for all of us. I hope it's good for you. I hope today is great for you. I hope the weekend, the week, month, I hope that's all good stuff for you, and that it brings you some kind of happiness and fun and a little bit of laughter too. It goes a long way. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being present. Drop me a like, subscribe, whatever you feel like, I suppose. A comment. Let me know how trash my form is. Let me know an exercise you want me to see. I'd love to talk about that some more. See if I can replicate some of these exercises in the home gym. I think I got a pretty wide range in here. But thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time, which should be a good old push workout.
Give me a couple minutes. Can I have a couple minutes?
No, hold on. Hold on.
I'll bet you a couple minutes, okay? I gotta finish writing this. If it's okay with you, okay?
I know. Hold on. You gotta wait till I finish, okay? No. No. Stop. You're ruining my pages. Sit. Hold on. I'll let you. You sit. Sit. You wait. I'm almost done. Uh-huh. Thank you.